As homeowners, we're always aware of the problems insects can cause. So let's talk with Steve Hotzenpiller. Steve's been killing bugs since he was a kid, but now he's taken it to a whole new level. Today we'll address one of the most serious insect issues out there, termite infestation. Steve, why don't you talk to us a little bit today about what you're doing?
Well, sure. We're protecting this house from termites, which is one of the most devastating insects that we have to deal with. Termites are really bad in Missouri, and they can cause over $5 billion in property damage every year.
That's an exorbitant amount of damage that these little bugs can cause.
You betcha. The best way to solve this problem is to get rid of the colony, and the only one way to do that is use the Centricon system, which is what we're doing now. Unlike a traditional liquid treatment where we're just trying to control termites and kill the ones only that forage into the zone of treatment, we're using a growth inhibitor to have them feed on and take to the colony and eliminate the entire colony once and for all.
Gotcha. So when the insect comes into these systems, they'll eat it, they'll take it back to the colony, it's going to kill the mother.
That's right. That's
Is that
right.
how it works?
Well, that's exactly right. The colony starts with a king and queen. This queen can live 25 to 30 years and lay an egg about every 15 seconds. And so about 5,000 new members are developed every day. And that just goes on and on every day. The majority of those members are workers, and a worker can live 4 to 5 years and forage about a 400-foot radius around the colony. It's active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and all it does is look for food, which is anything cellulose, to eat, swallow, and bring back to the colony. So with the Centricon system, we have a cellulose device inside, which is actually called Recruit HD Always Active. It's a bait and monitor device all in one. There's about 140 grams of a product called Novaflumaron in this device. Okay. And termites actually prefer this 75% more than just plain wood. Okay. By surrounding the house with these devices, workers will naturally forage for food, and they'll find this, and they love it. Yep. They'll eat it and swallow it, feed it to the others, and within a couple months of that process, we've eliminated the entire colony.
And one of these will kill up to how many termites?
25 million
25
per device.
Termites.
You betcha.
Wow, that's a pretty awesome system. Now in this particular case, you've done some inspection on it. Did you find any evidence of termite?
No, in this case we did not. We did not, and actually we're doing this as prevention.
Why don't you talk a little bit about what would happen if somebody didn't do a preventative measure?
We can still get rid of the problem, but there could also be some structural damage involved and some expense there.
Because the termites are looking for the wood. If they don't have these bait systems, they're going to try to maybe go to the house.
That's exactly right. Worker termites are active, like I say, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they're going to find any kind of cellulose in their environment by themselves. Gotcha. And they like front porches, they like areas where they can gain easy access into the building. If there's a crack, even a 32nd of an inch, that's an entry point. Okay. And they're just like anything else in nature, if there's a way to get in, they're going to find it. By having the house surrounded with something they're looking for, it's kind of like a termite burglar alarm that we've got around the house. And once they find this device, they've actually eaten a trail from the colony through the soil to our unit, and now they're feeding it back to the rest. And within a couple months, we've got the entire colony eliminated.
So if they wait until damage is done, you guys can still come in here, put this system in, and it'll still eliminate the colony. But you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars of damage on the house probably before that happens.
It could, you know, every case is different, and sometimes we see them where they just get started, and other times they've been there for several years. Gotcha. So there is going to be some expense to repair the house. Another expense is when we put this in as prevention, it's quite a bit cheaper than if we put it in for a real cure of the problem.
Now that you have these systems in place, what do you do to monitor the system to see if there's termites here or active?
Sure. Yeah, we have a tool that looks like a metal detector, and it picks up a computer chip barcode, which is on the back of every one of these caps. Looks just like a metal detector. We scan right over the top, and in fact, if they're covered up in mulch or any other kind of ground cover, we can read right through that, locate the station, then we physically pull it out and inspect it, and we're looking for any kind of sign of termite infestation, live termites, or consumption of the device. This device is only replaced when it's a third consumed, and this one device can kill several colonies. It's not just taken out after a colony's been eliminated. It's only replaced when it's been a third consumed. And it can actually last 3 to 5 years in the ground without having to replace it. Once we have this installed, we check it in the fall, and it's just checked once a year in the fall. However, like I say, our trained technicians are, when they're doing the general pest treatment, they're looking for any kind of termite signs of mud trailing or just any kind of something that doesn't look right.
Why don't we go take a look at what the guys do to make sure that this house is protected against general pests?
Well, the first thing we do is we inspect the outside of the house for any kind of webbing, mud dauber nests, and we knock all those down. And then we have a backpack sprayer with a little more of a concentrated material. We had all the entry points where pests are going to want to try to enter the building.
So you'll go around the garage door like we just saw?
Garage door, eaves that we can reach, around the windows and doors, and any kind of overhang that's within reach. And then we finish everything with the service we call an exterior power spray. And what that is, it's a 100-gallon tank on all of our trucks, a 200-foot hose, a gun attachment, and a motor and pump. It allows us to spray every point of the house. We can spray about 20 to 25 feet in the air with it.
You'll make sure that this is keeping all the pests from getting into the home.
That's right. There's going to be a lot of things like wasp and lady beetles and cluster flies perhaps, and just a lot of things they're going to want to try to get access into cracks and crevices. This allows us to treat all the peaks and eaves and overhangs. We go all the way down to the ground, and we go about a 5-foot radius, treating mulch and shrubs and, kind of for mosquito control and just any general pest that could be out there.
Once you take care of this outside, you only treat the inside of the house one time, is that right?
That is correct. One regular time. However, if there's ever a need to do anything on the inside, we'll definitely do it. But our logic behind this is we're going to eliminate what's on the inside on the first visit, and we're going to maintain nothing ever getting in by doing the outside so thoroughly.
Steve, when we're on the outside, we talked about how the guys come in and will spray the inside of the home one time a year. You guys are taking care of the bugs outside so they're not getting in, only need that one-time spray. Probably one of the biggest concerns for families is the pest control effective and safe for children and pets?
It absolutely is. Everything we use is odorless. It's EPA listed and approved, and we apply it according to the manufacturer's label. The guys that do the applications are experts. They're commercial certified operators with tons of training and field experience. We try to infuse integrated pest management with our service as much as we can. We can sometimes use glue board traps, other baiting techniques, and just kind of pinpoint accuracy when we do the inside. But the real problem, like I say, is the outside, and that's where we really attack the outside so that there's nothing out there to come in any further.
Right, so you're not just coming in and spraying the whole house down with pesticide?
No, absolutely not.
Right. Same thing with the termite prevention on the outside. One of the things I have a concern for is if my children were to get into the bait stations.
Sure, it'd be extremely difficult to get in a station. They are locked. We have a special slotted pair of pliers that opens them up, and without a tool, I don't think an adult could even bare hand open them up. Okay. If they were to become open, there's nothing harmful about the baited material in any way. It's a growth inhibitor that only affects termites. It actually doesn't even affect any other insect, and it's completely safe for the environment, and if a child or a dog ate the bait, it wouldn't be harmful.
I don't have to worry about my child getting into it, and then if they did, it's not going to hurt them anyway.
That's right. In fact, it's so safe, it's been awarded the Green Chemical Award from EPA.
Now all the products are family friendly, safe for the environment. Sounds to me like we have a winning combination.
We do.
Well, Steve, I really appreciate you coming and talking to us a little bit about termite prevention and also general pest control. It's been great talking to you and learning more information about that.
Well, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.